Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Well, there's a lot of people that feel positive about this legal team that Kamala, oh my goodness, I can't even speak today. Karmelo Anthony's parents put together. This time they made sure they included Black attorneys, and it's what a lot of people are calling his dream team. So at least these attorneys seem to be very well in tune with the case and everything. And it's a shame they got influenced, the parents got influenced by the people around them. And they were all advising them to get a white attorney. I don't know why some of our people think the white man's ice is colder, because it's not. They're not always the best attorneys either. Some of them are good attorneys and some of them are not. So, and we know corruption is real bad in the court system in this country. It's always been bad. It is badly corrupted. And, we can't count on the folks that set this thing up to dismantle it. They won't dismantle it, y'all, because they're making too much money off of their corruption. So they're not going to do nothing about it. So, many Black attorneys are now coming online, and you'll see a few in the videos I'm about to show you that chimed in on this case. And they saw plenty of things wrong in how this case was conducted in court, and they had a problem with quite a few things. So hopefully on the appeal, this whole thing will get turned around. I sure hope so, for Carmelo's sake, because they really railroaded him up in this court. But they have done that to our people in their court system for centuries. I mean, if it wasn't corrupt, then we would not see the number of exonerations that we see every single year. For a while, I was even doing those videos just to show you how many there were. There was not a week that did not go by where I did not see an exoneration. And sometimes in one week, you would see several of them. And it just goes to show you, they talk all that, you're a criminal, you're a criminal. But when you see the exonerations, no, what we see is a bunch of lying in court. Your prosecutor is lying, your judge is lying, your all white juries are lying. And this is why we have never been able to get a fair shake in this country up in these courts. So let's get into it, y'all. I hope this really turns things around for Carmelo, and yeah, I mean, yeah, their courts are corrupt. The courts are more criminal than the criminals that are coming in there, as far as I'm concerned. The courts are more criminal because y'all have been doing this for so long, and so many innocent people have gotten railroaded up in these courtrooms, that the courtroom is the most criminal entity in this country. I mean, all of your agencies are corrupt because you're running it. So all of them are corrupt, but your court system is the most criminal in the entire world. So let's get into it, y'all. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you.
Well, we have an update for Karmelo Anthony, baby. He's got a new team behind him. So a new legal team filed substitution for counsel to pursue appeal for Karmelo Anthony. Baby, and here's the starting lineup. Nobody came to play. I know people thought Ben Crump would be up in here, but don't worry, he brought a co-counsel to the team. Now leading this counsel is Russell Wilson II. And if you want to know the credentials of everybody on counsel, you can go ahead and stop, pause, and read. I just want to make it clear, I stand with Karmelo Anthony.
Let's talk about Mike Howard. Now, a lot of people have the facts twisted. Mike Howard was a public defender. However,
all right, just to add a little context, Mike Howard was the white attorney that represented Karmelo Anthony. So if you don't know what his name is, that is his name. That's who she's talking about. All right, let's move on.
Mike Howard was not a public defender at the time of his representation of Karmelo Anthony. He was retained, funds utilized from the GoFundMe that people had donated. Now, Mike Howard knew that he couldn't win the case. So therefore, he acted and he did and did not say certain things that would later and could later be brought up on appeal, because you know why? He knew that Karmelo Anthony acted within self-defense. So he acted purposely and effectively.
Developments in the case of Karmelo Anthony, who was sentenced to 35 years behind bars for the murder of Austin Metcalf.
Yes, tonight a high-profile legal team announced they will be representing Anthony. NBC5's Allie Spilliers is live with the latest on this. Now, Allie, what does this mean for the next phase of this case?
Well, Brian and Brittany, this comes less than 2 weeks after Karmelo Anthony filed a pauper oath, basically a request to the court for an attorney saying he could no longer afford one. That came the same day that he filed a motion saying he intends to appeal his conviction. This team of 6 prominent Dallas, Fort Worth, and Austin-based lawyers say they're coming together to represent Anthony pro bono. The team's headed by former Dallas County prosecutor Russell Wilson. It also includes Michael Ware, the director of the Innocence Project of Texas, and president of the Texas NAACP, Gary Bledsoe. Despite numerous requests, the team told us they are holding off on interviews for now, but they did release a statement saying, in part, we recognize the profound loss suffered by one young man's family and the uncertainty facing another. Our responsibility is to determine whether a legal error occurred and to ensure that every issue supported by the record is fully and vigorously presented on appeal. A couple of weeks ago, one of the attorneys now representing Anthony told me that this process takes time. He said an appeal likely wouldn't reach the 5th District Court of Appeals until the end of the year. If they have to move to the state or federal level, that could take even longer.
So Donnie Perlez has been assigned to handle the appeal case for Karmelo Anthony. He has been licensed out of Texas since 2004. Now, he got his Juris Doctorate from St. Mary's University School of Law in 2004. Prior to that, he did get his Bachelor's of Art in Government from the University of Texas back in 1998. Now, he also did work for the Collin County District Attorney's Office from 2005 until 2008. And more recently, he's been in private practice since 2010 with Chelsea and Perlis PC, and he's been focused on criminal defense law and juvenile law. So definitely sounds like he's a good pick. That is only a cursory review. Now, I did kind of let people know that have been making the complaint that attorney Mike Howard and attorney Toby Shook did not do a good job in this case, and I did try to let people know, please wait until the gag order is completely lifted before you start going into, bashing them. There is a lot of things that we do not know until we get the documents that, were under the gag order. We don't know what motions were filed. We don't know any of that, and those motions will really let us know if they did a good job or a bad job. And because we don't know a lot of things that took place beforehand, we really don't have enough to judge on, because just what happened in court does not tell us the full story, especially with the gag order that was in place on this case. Now, if this information has not been provided to you before, please do let you know. There is a difference between a lawyer and an attorney. A lawyer has gotten their Juris Doctorate degree. An attorney has passed the bar and is able to practice that law. Okay, there is a difference. There is an importance in making that difference if you have not been notified of that information. A trial attorney is different than an attorney that does not. Some attorneys prefer to do plea deals, things of that sort. Some attorneys are really good in the courtroom, and those are trial attorneys. So there is different levels to it as well. Just for reference, just useful information. Always learn something new every day. I am Keisha. The channel name is Court with Keisha.
As a criminal defense attorney who has done a ton of homicide trials and won, there is something that just keeps haunting me about this Karmelo Anthony case. And that is the fact that he did not take the stand. I understand that most of the times we do not want our clients to take the stand. There's no need to open your client up to liability and questions and have them take the stand in mis-ID cases, fabrication cases, where we're saying our client did not commit this homicide. But in self-defense cases, the decision to have Karmelo not take the stand, I do not believe was a wise one. In self-defense cases, you are telling the jury, I committed this crime. I committed this crime. I killed this person, but I did so justifiably. Many times it is very hard for the jury to put themselves in a client's shoes and position without hearing from the client. Some of the things that we consider about whether our clients will take the stand or not are our clients' criminal histories, their backgrounds, other bad acts that may come in against them. From what I understand, Karmelo has absolutely no criminal history whatsoever. He's 17 years old. He is in school. He clearly has familial support. Karmelo's attorneys were white men. I do not know why the decision was made for him not to testify in a self-defense case, but that is going to keep haunting me. All right, TikTok. So here we are. Karmelo Anthony update. Now that they have released the videos containing, or the video containing the incident with Karmelo Anthony, he has a new team now that's been formed, a new legal team. And I'm going to show you guys who this legal team is that is going to get this appeal going, start getting this paperwork going so we can get this kid out. Because as you guys can see in the videos, I know a lot of people don't want to face it, but yes, he was attacked by Austin and his brother. God rest his soul. But yes, it was an attack on him, and it was a self-defense case. All right. But they failed to see it. And because this jury and this judge had so much craziness going on, he is up for an appeal, and he's going to get this appeal, and he got a strong team on his side. Let me show y'all. All right, so this information was dropped not too long ago by Revolt News. You can go and look at their Instagram and take a look at it. All right. As you can see, for immediate release today, June 22nd, new legal team files substitution of counsel to pursue appeal for Karmelo Anthony. Today is Monday, as you can see, to Frisco, Texas. A team of leading appellate civil rights and criminal defense attorneys announced today that it has taken on the case of Karmelo Anthony, who was recently sentenced to 35 years following the murder conviction of the death of Austin Metcalf. The team, serving pro bono, will review the trial records and pursue all available avenue appeals. Leading the effort are Russell Wilson, law office of, let me just show y'all these people. All right, this is Mr. Russell Wilson II. He's from the law office of Russell Wilson, Dallas, Texas. He is the lead counsel on this team that will be spearheading everything. In second chair, you have Mr. Michael L. Ware. He is with the law offices of Michael Ware of Fort Worth, Texas. He will be in the second chair. Taking the third chair of this trial would be Gary Bledsoe. He's with the Bledsoe Law Firm, PLLC in Austin, Texas. All right, you got Ms. Brooke Cluse, Ben Crump Law, PLLC, Frisco, Texas. She is going to be co-counsel on this trial. Sean Deridia of Deridia Law Firm in Dallas, Texas. He will be also co-counsel on this trial. Last but not least, we got Justin A. Moore from Stafford Moore PLLC in Dallas, Texas. And he is also co-counsel, which means he will be assisting in the trial. And again, here is the document that was for immediate release. All right, so yeah, as you guys can see, the document was filed today in Frisco, Texas. And I'm just dropping this stuff here for you guys to see. Here is all the people that I just showed you who are involved and who they are. You guys can go and read up on them. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to come up under this post and start spewing your negativity. We don't want to hear it. All right. We don't care to hear your negativity. You can fight amongst yourself. We are not saying that nobody, passed away here. We do give our condolences to the Metcalf family for Austin passing, but we just said this trial was rigged. From the jury to the testimonies to the evidence to the lawyers that were involved, the prosecutor that was involved, the judge having ties to the Metcalf family, to his wife sponging records on the children and the dad himself, to the wife. Actually, she practiced family law. The judge wife practices family law. To her being the one who took care of the divorce between Jeff and his wife, which he should have recused himself from this case. He should have refused himself from this case. Okay. So yes, it's so much corruption and things to witnesses not being called. It's just crazy. There's a video floating around where a parent was up under the same tent that had happened, and he couldn't contest to what happened in that video that y'all failed to see what was going on, the 4 boys, and he can contest to Austin and Hunter jumping and attacking Karmelo with their friends. So yes, y'all can save it. Y'all can save it. Y'all can save it. We don't want to hear it. This boy is sitting in jail for 35 years for a self-defense. He was defending himself. Yes, he was. He was defending himself, and they failed to see it. So if you guys want to go check the source out, like I said, you can head over to the Revolt page or go to standwithkarmelo.com for more information. I'm just sharing with you guys that we got motion, y'all. We got motion. Let's get it.
All right. I hope this is going to change everything for Karmelo, and he can finally get out. He never should have went to jail in the first place. We know what these people are like. We got a whole history with them. And how many videos have we seen them walk up and antagonize a whole situation? We done seen it a million times. And that's exactly what the case was when it comes down to Karmelo. We know your history. We've seen it. Y'all put it out on Front Street every chance you can get. And, that's why nobody is really shocked at the fact that those twins approached Karmelo in the first place. So, I'm definitely going to keep my eye on this, especially when it goes to appeal. And hopefully this new team of lawyers will be able to, bring out all of the flaws that was in the original trial. So y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I thank you so much for being here. I do have one more live coming up, and we're going to talk about the wealth transfer. Do you know there are all kinds of... Boy, I have never, ever seen so many Asians come online to address the Black community. I don't think y'all spoke to us this much since you've been in this country for the last 60 years. I don't think y'all spoke to us this much. I have never, ever seen so many videos of Asians addressing the Black community and addressing the Black community. Boy, y'all sure got a lot to say. I mean, I don't recall them talking to us that much when we were giving them our money. But man, it's like video after video of them coming online, just running their mouth to us now all of a sudden. That says everything. Yeah, I was looking at one and they talking about they're trying to threaten to torch our businesses. I'm like, please. Please. Plus, number one, we're in a whole different era. Number two, y'all ain't gonna do it. You know why? Because that would require you coming into the hood. And that would require you to leave the hood. And we know you won't leave. You let one of our people catch you try to do that. You won't leave. So anyway, oh yeah, the threats online are something else from these people. Asians are acting like every dime we got belongs to them. They are so upset over the boycott. And I mean, if they weren't upset, they wouldn't keep addressing us. And they just keep addressing us. And actually, many of them are so racist, they're doubling down and actually making things worse for your people. At this point, I'm seeing a lot of videos of our folks saying they are never going back to an Asian business. They are never going in another one. So we shall see. You know, that's all I'm saying. Boy, they just had to learn the hard way, didn't they? So I'm going to go ahead and conclude. I will see you at 5:45 and we will talk about the wealth transfer that's going on right now. Shalom, family.